together and brainstorm.
This
I
meeting
like
is
that.
being recorded.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get this started then. And the first thing that I'm going to say is welcome everybody to the call. And I would like to pass this over to Robert Blackman. He's going to give a little background about himself. And so we can get to know him. I know Barbara and Verena and Jackie, I don't know you as well, but we're all going to get to know each other this week and in the times to come. So passing it off to you, Robert. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. And welcome everybody today. And my name is, again, Robert Blackman. Been in the networking profession for about 40 years and work from home. I am a father of 5 brilliant children that I love to death and that I love to life. Let's say it that way, that I love to life. Yes, have to correct ourselves in how we word things because words have power and they have meaning. And my speciality has been recruiting through the internet and through what people call folks that you don't know. And I'm a big believer that there's only 2 ways to build your business, and that's with people that you already know and people that you don't know. But we're always going to go to converting people that we know. So my specialty has been taking people that I don't know online and turn them into people that I know. So I take a cold market lead and warm them up to what we do. And so that means systems online where it's websites, it's opt-in pages, videos, follow-up letters, and just kind of really helping you build your business 24/7 while you're sleeping, while you're at work, while you're with family, while you're just starting out part-time. So that's one thing that Mint and I have teamed up together, and we're working on this. We're cross-line members, so we're not in each other's organization. So you'll start seeing my team members coming on, her team members. So we'll all just be working great together. And I'm really excited to be doing this. We're going to try to do this at least once a month, if not twice a month. We'll look on the schedule. I know it's the holidays, so we're going to try to plug it in as best we can. And so that's kind of my background, and I'm doing this business full time. And I'm looking forward to, in the next few months, hopefully by the first of the year, that we'll have a system, if not earlier, that everybody here can plug into that includes leads with it. So you'll have new people to contact each month, plus the people that you already know. So we'll be teaching you how to contact people that you know and people that you don't know. And so with that, I'll throw it back to you, Mint, and give a little bit of your background, dear. Boom, gotcha. There you go. Catch it.
Thank you kindly. I caught you. And so for those who don't know me, I have a very varied background of different types of education and research. I did spend 9 years with a biopsychosocial interpersonal neurobiologist that I learned quite a bit from. And it took me 1.5 years to figure out his title. So that was fun. More than anything, I teach energy before action. I've spent decades taking the right steps, doing the right things, putting all the time into it with all my heart to fall short of my goals. And in reverse engineering, what happened? I did all the right things. Why is this not producing what I thought that it would produce? So I studied for 13 years under an energy teacher. And the most important thing that he taught me was, before you listen to somebody, before you take an action step, before you read a book, ask about the energy of it. So we're body, mind, and spirit. You could put it in a lot of different ways, but that's the least scientific term that I can come up with. And because the body is magnoelectric, meaning it's magnetic before it's electric, whatever's going on with our thoughts, the words that we're using, the ideas that we have, it's calibrating our magnetism. So we want to get ourselves right so that we attract the right people to us. And with that being said, I would like your permission to walk everybody through what I call the calibration activity. This will take, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. And I suggest doing it 10 times a day, if not more. So for example, if it took 2 minutes and you did it 10 times a day, that would be 20 minutes out of your day. And if you believe that you do not have 20 minutes in your day, then do it 20 times a day. I make myself laugh, but it's very true. So if we're ready to get started, everybody sitting in a chair comfortably with your feet on the floor. Do not lean back in the chair, sit more on the edge of the chair so your abdomen is holding up your torso. I'm going to ask everybody to close your eyes, and we're going to start to tune in. And by tuning in, we're also calibrating, just like you would in the old days. You'd have a radio dial and you would tune it. And if you got close, you could hear it, but it would still be fuzzy. And if you kind of shifted a little bit back and forth, you could usually find that clear channel. That's what we're doing. We're establishing ourselves as clear channels so that the right information comes to us. Close the eyes, cross the legs at the ankles, cross the arms at the wrists with thumbs pointing down and fingers interlaced. Either turn in and rest the hands underneath the chin, or if it's more comfortable, just let them rest somewhere in your lap or between your legs or whatever's most comfortable. From this state, we're going to bring our attention to our sits bones. That's where all the weight of the torso is pressing on those bones there. If we lean a little bit to the side, just a little bit, you can feel the weight shift, and then cross center, and then back to the other side, feeling the weight shift. And we're going to slowly pendulum just a little bit back and forth to bring our awareness to where balance is. Side, center, side, center. As we're penduluming back and forth, we're just noticing where center is, when we're off balance, and where the center is. Less and less movement. The pendulum is slowing down and it's starting to settle at center. Slowly, just barely moving at all, not really noticeable. Finding center, staying at center. The identification of center, we take in a big breath from the belly. Big belly breath, raise up the chest, up through the top of the head, and exhale, belly button to the spine, blow out the straw. Keep exhaling, more belly button to the spine, hold nothing, relax. Inhale, repeat, full belly inhale, raising up, the heart raises, the lung raises, all the energy goes up, 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 up. Sipping more, sipping, hold nothing, hold it, relax the shoulders, but hold. Exhale, belly button to the spine. Blow out the candles. Relax, breathe normally, and we'll bring attention back into the spine, going up the spine, up through the body, through the neck, and up into the head cavity. Inside the cranium, there's a whole bunch of water in there, hopefully. And when we return the pendulum, shifting slightly from one side to the other, we'll be able to feel the water shift. One side, center, the other side. This is our equilibrium, the water in our head. We're going to do the same thing, noticing center, side, center, side, center. Less and less movement, center. Identifying center with a big inhalation. One more time. Sip at the top. More, more, more. Hold. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, belly button to the spine. Push, push, push. Push the air out. Blow the air out. Push more, push more. No air whatsoever. Hold nothingness. Enjoy holding nothingness. Relax with nothingness. Inhale. regular and relaxed. Uncross the legs, feet flat on the floor, uncross the hands, open the eyes, press the hands together, fingertips touching, looking straight ahead with the head, but with the eyes down at a 45-degree angle. Press the index fingers and all the fingers together, but focus on the place where the two index fingers meet. Press, and you should see how your hands are kind of oscillating a little bit within the heart beating, all that beautiful blood. It's just going a little bit up and down, focusing on that part where the index fingers meet. And this is now complete. I did not time that. What I can tell you is it takes as long as it takes. Sometimes I take more breaths in between. Sometimes I do a 3-breath cycle for each one. I kind of blaze through that a little bit. What I can tell you is the more frequently that you do it, the less time that it takes. And even the intention of doing the calibration activity begins to center and bring us in. So that being said, we should all be calibrated just a little bit better right now. Fabulous. One of the things that I want to touch on in business is it takes everybody as long as it takes everybody to make their decisions and go into action. Studies show that in sales, it may take up to 8 drips, 8 points of contact before a person is ready to go into action. That means that maybe they heard it from a friend, maybe they heard it on the radio, maybe they saw it on a billboard, maybe they saw it on Facebook, maybe you sent them a text, maybe you had a phone call, maybe you had a follow-up phone call, maybe you sent them another text. Let people take as much time as they need to take. So it's not about how fast we can recruit somebody, it's about how fast we can build rapport with them so that they feel comfortable with us, because this is the unknown. And most people are not comfortable with the unknown. So if we have a vibration of calm, of stability, this is what people want. We want to have a good time and we want to be calm in the meanwhile. Let's go for it like this. When we have a desire, I want to enroll someone, I want a partner, this is not the energy that they want to feel. They want to feel your abundance and your generosity. They want to feel your confidence. So it truly is about building rapport. If somebody is not ready now, they will be ready eventually, because we're all going green. We're all realizing that there is no other way to do this right. The pharmaceutical, the chemicals, all that other stuff, there's no way to do it right. So this is the way we do it right. Get yourself right. Be patient with your people and work with each other. 3-way calls are great. It shows community. All of this is just establishing rapport. Get the rapport right and everything else flows. So that's my little chunk for right now. And hopefully that's something that you can take with you and teach your team. If you want to, contact me and we can go over it again or whatever, I'm here for you. And again, I don't charge for any of this for my team, nothing. I have a business, I have clients, I have mentors, in addition to my 40-hour-a-week job. So we're all busy, but we always find time for things that are important to us. So I will always have time for my team, unless I'm at a hot spring somewhere, and then I will catch up with you when I'm back. And that being said, I'm going to a hot springs right after this call. So you can reach me by phone. I'll be in the car traveling for several hours. And I'm going to pass it right back to you, Robert. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. That was awesome. And I do feel better, just the breathing and the changing and the focusing to get calibrated to what we're trying to learn today. And all of us are coming together with one thing in mind, is we would like to have a business that can pay us passive income, that can help us replace our income at work, that can help us retire quickly. And so today I'm going to just kind of give you a little bit of tips. Today, well, I've been in the business long enough to know, when we go all the way back to when I first started over 40 years ago, there was one method and one method only to build a business. And that is you invited somebody to your home or you invited them to a hotel meeting and you dressed up in suits and ties and it was an event. There was coffee, there was cookies, and it was more of kind of like a meet and greet. And then, afterwards, people would sign up and they would take the kits with them home and they take the products. But that was the only method. But we've evolved and it's adapt or don't adapt today. And so if you don't adapt, then you're going to be left behind. And so right now, I kind of equate how we build our networking business is that we build it like the old Paul Simon song, 50 ways to leave your lover. Well, there's 50 ways to build your networking business today. And that's where a lot of the confusion comes in, right? Is that there's 50 ways to do this darn business. And we're always running into somebody who says, oh, they're really big on Pinterest. They're really big on Instagram. They have 50,000 followers here. They do this on TikTok. And most of us are saying, well, I don't even know how to get started. I don't know. I don't have any followers. I'm not like that person. What does little old me do? Maybe this isn't for me because it's too overwhelming. And so we used to hold team callings when I first got started in the business. I had a printing company and people would come over every Sunday night and they would bring a list and we would give them a sheet of paper that had the name, the phone number, how they knew that person and the association. So the list had 25 names on it. So that was everyone's job is to come over in my organization and I would help make phone calls. We had one of those little speaker systems right in the middle of the boardroom table and people were lined up around the table and people would come in and their hand would be shaking as they gave me the list and say, okay, well, here's my list. And there'd be 3 people on there and 2 of them wouldn't have a phone number. And I go, well, what's this? And they go, well, this is my list. And I go, we're supposed to put 25 people on it. Well, I just don't know if I want to talk to any of those people yet until I become successful. And so we all start there. I began there. So if you're in that position there today, that's completely normal. That's natural. So natural progression of moving from working 40 hours a week or even owning your own traditional business and then building a networking business on the side. So this is different. Just because you're a doctor doesn't mean that you're going to be automatically successful in networking at Asante Organics because it takes a mindset. It takes some training. It's different in the psychology of it. So people would be shaking, and then I'd get on the phone and I'd get hold of somebody. And I said, yeah, hey, my name is Robert. You don't know me, but you and John work together. And I'm here with John. And I turn around and I go, where's John? And John was outside the front door of the business because he was too scared to even hear what I was going to say. Right. And so I'd go, hey, go get John. So John would come in and just breaking the ice. Everybody's scared. Everybody has a propensity of level of accomplishment in their life. And this comes down to, I don't know how to do this business. I'm not accomplished yet. I don't have anybody in my organization. I could never be like that person. So you have the power that I don't have, and that is your association with people. That is your number one asset. I want you to write that down today. That is your number one asset that you have is the people that you've associated with your entire life. That could be your list on your cell phone. That could be your list on LinkedIn. It could be your list at work, whatever it is. And every single one of those people are reading labels today. Every one of them. They've all started. Guys are starting. When I go to the grocery store, there's men sitting there reading about the back of the label. There's men in the vegetable department saying, hey, where are the organic apples? Where are the organic tomatoes? Well, we're out of those. Oh, they're over here. So that's going on all the time. And as Daniel says all the time, the world is going green with us or without us. And what there's 7 or 9% of the world that's green right now. I'm glad that we're all involved in it now. I don't want to be involved in it when it's 90%, because then everyone's going to know about it. There's going to be other people. And I want you to write this down as well, too. There's no competition in the network marketing profession with us. No competition. None. There's nobody that has over 100 products that are all plant-based, that are all healthy for you, that all have ways that it could transform your health. And I have been taking the products when I first started with Coke, And I was doing the dip, on my tongue, and I'd come up and I'd go call Michael after about a week, and I said, I'm still acidic. I'm not even registering on the little chart. I go, where am I? Am I in the ozone? He goes, well, tell me what you eat, what you drink. And I told him, and he goes, my gosh, just stop right there. You're taking Coke, you're swallowing the enzymes and the probiotic and the gut cleanse with the Coca-Cola. I said, yeah, I drink 2 Cokes a day. He goes, stop it. Stop it now. So then I talked to him the next week. He goes, what are you drinking now? And I said, I'm drinking tea. He goes, stop it. It's got caffeine in it. He goes, water, 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 water. And so I'm learning myself, and I've been in nutrition all my life, but I've never, ever thought that there could be toxins in my nutritional products. I never thought if I went down to the grocery store and I bought some vitamins that said, for males 55 and over, that there'd be toxins in that product for me. Never thought about it. I thought there'd be toxins in my food, yes, and because we know about the soil, we know about the fertilizers, we all know about that. We know how fertilizers can, how genetic plantations, the wind can blow it over to an organic farm. So now the organic farm is now, spoiled with the genetics that's 5 miles away because it's come in the air. So we all know about that with our food, but we don't know about it with our nutritional products. And we're not as aware with it on the products that we're putting on our body and in our body. So the next word I want you to put down is education. This is an education business. Yes, it's a networking business that we all want to make money with. But to do that, we have to educate people about who we are, about how there's no competition to what we have, and introduce them to that concept. And I want you to go back and I want you to think right now, when you joined Asante Organics, how long did it take you to join from the first moment you heard about them? When the person introduced you to Asante, how long did it take you to join? Was it 1 minute? Was it 1 day? Was it a week? Was it a month? For me, it was 48 hours. So you have to understand that's the window that you have to start preparing yourself when you're talking to people, that we have an expectation that we want them to join right now, but there's a window. I've had one guy that joined with me. It's taken him 4 weeks to join and probably 15 conversations. So I'm in the education business. I'm in the networking business. Some people are going to take longer than others. And I call that some people need to marinate a little longer than others. Some people are kind of tough as brisket. Other people's are fillets. You can just pop it right there on the grill and let's go. If you pop a brisket right on the grill, it's going to be the toughest thing you ever ate in your life. You got to marinate it 24, 48 hours and let it get tenderized. So that's the process of recruiting. And we're going to get into scripts later. We're going to get into what to say, how to say it, when to say it. I want you to write this down. We're going to talk to you about phone scripts. And underneath phone scripts, we're going to talk to you about when you get the hold of somebody live. And we're going to talk about when you get a voicemail. And there's different methodologies to do that when you call. And we're going to talk about when do you follow up with them? Are you chasing them, or are you creating a draw for them where they're drawn to you, a magnet? Number 2, we're going to talk about emailing, what to say in an email. Number 3, we're going to talk about texting. And number 4, we're going to eventually talk about the mail, okay? Mailing people. And mailing people can be more effective with a postcard, with a little letter, than emailing and even calling. Okay, so we're going to talk about the 4 different methods to get a hold of people and that methodology. And have fun. Have fun doing it. Be fun. Be happy. Be smiling. The great thing about Mint, the energy she brings to the table, is that it makes it to where you want to know, I want to hang out with you. Okay, you want to make it to where you want people to hang out with you in your business as well too, and give them the information that they want. And we will be talking about all of these things as we get going. And we'll be talking about a system that's optional for you to use. and we'll be focusing on how to contact people that you know and how to get them to give you referrals. There's a way that you can contact somebody that they'll want to know. And you want to create a magnet. And the last thing I'm going to give you, and I'm going to give it back to Mint, is that I want you to write this down, because this quote was given to me early on in my career, and it's made the biggest difference in my life as far as how to build this business. The key to recruiting is creating and maintaining curiosity as long as possible. The key to recruiting is to creating and maintaining curiosity as long as possible. Why is that? Because you don't just want to go in and say, hey, I want you to come into Asante Organics with me and buy all these great 100% organic products. I know they'd be great for you. I know you need to lose weight. I know your skin needs to look better. All these things that we don't want to do, okay? But what we want to do is we want to create curiosity. And when someone is curious, then they'll ask you questions. So you create a two-way conversation of throwing the ball back and forth, curiosity. And that's the relationship we're going to have with prospecting. That's the relationship we're going to have with our distributors. And so at this point, I'm going to give it back to Mint. And thank you guys for letting me be a part of this. There's going to be more coming. And there's going to be something that you're going to look at and you're going to say, there's a PDF that tells me exactly how to do exactly what I want to do for my business. And then Mint and I will be available to help you guys build your business in any of these 50 ways that are out there to do it, to help you get the most exposure as possible for you guys. So Mint, back to you.
I had to mute myself because I was laughing too much. I've been laughing a lot lately, but I love what Robert's, like you said, with the curiosity. Okay, the part was about, first he says I was taking it with Coke, and I spent way too much time in LA, so I thought something different automatically. And then I was like, well, that's interesting. But here's what I love. He's just curious enough to move forward from right where he is. Doesn't matter what you're doing, what you're not doing. Start from here. We eventually make some modifications. So there is no judgment. I've seen people have horrible habits, and when they get it, they get it. And next thing you know, they're teaching me. So I love that we have this group here, this network. And the thing I like about net is it reminds me of safety net. So by having each other together, we have a safety net. Nobody's going to fall between the cracks. We all have each other. We're on the Asante Organic Alliance chat. I love that we're keeping in touch and contributing. We're going to bump that up even more. I put in the chat that Robert and we can do this again next Saturday. And we'll keep it tight. We'll try to do it, about 30 minutes so everybody can jump on. And then if it looks like this is going well, we'll just try to do it as frequently as possible, no less than one time a month. So Robert's going to teach us how to get a new customer or influencer and what not to say.
Yes.
And those would be some funny stories. So I do want to hear from everybody your funny stories when people just whatever their resistance is. I just love sharing because we can all learn from that too. Somebody says, oh, I looked at the catalog and I just didn't see anything I could use. And I said, okay, thank you for taking a look. I really appreciate that. That was really cool. Now, what I know is she's on the drip. At what point is she going to cross the threshold? I said, there's some really good hair products. And she says, hey, I love the way my hair looks. And I know it's loaded with horrible chemicals, but I'm just gonna stick with it for now. And I said, great. Do you want to go to the beach, or you want to go to dinner, or you want to meet up somewhere? You want to go for a hike? I got off the subject as soon as she put a stop to it. So let people do that because they feel uncomfortable telling you no. You want to make them feel comfortable telling you no so that they're comfortable no matter what. That being said, are we good to wrap up? Timoteo, thank you very much for monitoring our call. He's handling our technicalities behind the scene here. Timoteo also has his own Zoom, so when we do our own smaller meetings, we can team up there. And also Timoteo is receiving the feedback for the field advisory board. If you have ideas about how you want the website to look, or a different label on the product, or some kind of system thing, IT thing, whatever it is, marketing thing, send it to him, because we actually have a process for this. And what we're doing is we're grouping all like comments together and then submitting them in like item chunks. Like item chunks. So we don't want to overwhelm them. I am working with corporate on this. I've discussed what we want to do, and we've agreed on how we'll do this process. So this is a lot easier for us to get the results that we want when we, number one, make it quantifiable. Don't send an email that says, I don't like the marketing. You better tell me in detail, send me a link, do a screenshot, something, and then also, what is your solution? Timoteo is really great about saying, hey, I got these young people coming in and they're looking at fresh marketing. And some of this is dated marketing. These people have been in the business for a long time. So we do want to freshen things up. And I'm not sure if you got it, but in the Asante Organics link, there is a video that I got from Michael showing the direction that we're going into for our marketing. A lot of, flash and quick, precise. So let's get some feedback on that before they go gung-ho in one direction. Let's do the best that we can to form this company into what we, see as its best and highest good. Keep in mind what we say, be kind with your words. And I heard Robert catch himself that the old phrase was do or die.
Right.
So I heard him catch himself and say do or do not, which is true. That sounds just like Yoda. There is no try.
That's right.
Do or do not. So that being said, we're about a half hour into this actual training here. We got started a little bit late. Does anybody have any questions or comments or wishes, or, what do you want? What are you having trouble with? Because we're just going to put these trainings together on what we think is not necessarily in order here, but what is the next most important step? So, for example, we may not start with how to enroll somebody, but building rapport that leads to the conversion. How do we convert? Some of us are really good about making friends, but are we good about, helping people with their health and bringing them in? So that's that. Anybody got anything? Hey, Yellow. Hi, baby girl.
Hi.
Hey.
My concern saying I work very well challenging, competing. And if we do some challenge, I'm on.
Oh, as a matter of fact, Robert was talking to me about presenting a challenge and some pretty nice bonuses. And we'll see if we can get that happening. But I do believe it involves possibly a trip to San Diego. Maybe.
Yep.
So we'll have some good things for our team because of Robert's experience and his decades of experience, 4+. I said, don't say that, you sound old. What did you start when you were 12? Stop it. So we're going to pull this together, but I really, really need to know, I need communication coming both ways. Thank you for that input, YOLO. Incentives do work. So we'll get those happening. And I appreciate you all. I'm really happy to see all your faces right here today.
And this
What's
is the
happening?
smallest this call will ever be, guys. This is the first. It's the foundation. And in order to build a tall building, you got to build a great foundation. And we have a great foundation here today. So I want you to go with Mint and I in your mind and saying that I'm at the very beginning of a company that's going to be in the top 100 of all networking companies in the world. And then we're going to get to the top 25 or 30, which are over $1 billion a year in business. And that's not just to be flippant about it. It's because we're going to go out and we're really going to change people's lives with the products. Normally, the companies that I've been involved with in my past, the products were an excuse to make money. Now, the business is an excuse to try the products. Okay. So I want you to turn that around. I want you to think that I'm not trying to make money from them. I'm trying to help them with their health and their life. And if they join, that's great. It's a bonus. When you take on that attitude, the fear and the pressure about I've got to get somebody in, I need to make money. You're going to make money by exposure. Some of the free bonuses that we're going to give away is product. So then you can hand out some product to people. You get 3 or 4 bottles of enzymes or the probiotics. Hey, take these. Tell me how you feel. So there's going to be a lot of things that we can do to help put things in tools in your hands so you can go out and make more people's lives better. And that's what I want to end with today, is that this is the smallest that this call is ever going to be.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Wait, before we go, Laura Lee, Kenny, I felt like you wanted to share something.
I want to know what's in San Diego.
I am.
Oh, is that where you live? Oh, okay.
It is.
I didn't realize, like when you said it could possibly mean a trip to San Diego. I was like, okay, what's going on in San Diego?
Yeah.
You.
Well, we got some palm trees and a nice ocean and some nice people. And one thing that I really love about San Diego is that it's very health conscious in comparison to other parts of the country. When I went to Michigan with my children to see family, my son said, "This place is weird." Why? He said, "Where are all the people? Where's the joggers? Where's the bikers? Where's the people walking their dog? Where is everybody?" I said, "Oh, they're inside watching TV, drinking pop,
eating pizza,
crunching on some chips." So coming out to here, there is a culture that's a lot more receptive, and generally the weather is pretty nice all year for the most part. Well, I don't know anymore with the chemtrails. I just don't know. But if nature has its way, it's pretty nice most of the time. Anyway, it's time for me to sign off. Thank you all. And let's plan with my team. Let's plan another, because I want to do some more training on energy before action, how to reinforce. That was just a little 2-minute thing there. I will teach you. Some people think I'm an NLP teacher. I'm not, but I am. So leveraging words. I mean, if I said that I'm that, then it means I'm not anything else. So I've got a huge cornucopia of different skill sets that I can offer you to leverage and make this go a lot faster. Most important is knowing that you're a magno-electric being and you are attracting people and experiences to you. If you come up with something that's not desirable, it's yours to face with grace and compassion. And I promise you there's going to be gold at the end of it. So that being said, I truly do love you all. And I'm so happy to be, you're my new family now. I spend more time with you than anybody else. So bless you, love you, and I'm signing off.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Barbara, where are you in Canada?
I'm in the interior of British Columbia.
Oh, beautiful province. Oh. We'll try to connect on one of the platforms.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, nobody. Hi. It's okay. I will reach out to Amy and I will invite Barbara over to Asante Alliance, if that's okay with you, Timoteo, because this technically is your your group chat. So if it's okay with you that we build a cross-line network through this chat line, is that okay with you?
Yep.
Nice. Thank you very much for your generosity,
All righty.
Robert. Nice
Yes, yeah,
job.
you bet, dear. Yeah, call me when you get in the car and you get comfortable in some time.
Yeah, I'll have about a half hour, after I pack the car. So I'll
Sure.
ring you real quick before
Bring me whenever you can. All
I
right.
will, for
All
sure.
right.
Mwah.
And
Have
Mateo,
fun.
thanks for your help, buddy.
Thank you guys.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye.